Fans' tears over this heartbreaking news. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. For decades, the duo has captured hearts across America with their warmth, humor, and a love story that has inspired millions. But today, reports have confirmed that Mark Consuelos has been rushed to intensive care after what insiders describe as a sudden and frightening medical emergency. The 54-year-old actor and television personality is said to be in critical but stable condition, surrounded by his closest family and, most poignantly, by his wife of nearly 3 decades, Kelly Ripa, whose emotional reaction has left fans across the country deeply moved. According to sources, it all began late last night. Mark had been spending a quiet evening at home with Kelly after a long week of filming their live morning show. He was his usual self, lighthearted, teasing, sharing funny behind-the-scenes stories. But then, in a single terrifying moment, his face went pale. He clutched his chest, struggling to breathe. Kelly, realizing something was terribly wrong, called emergency services. Within minutes, paramedics rushed him to a Manhattan hospital where he was admitted straight to the ICU. Witnesses described the moment as chaotic but filled with love. Kelly never left his side. One source whispered, she was holding his hand the entire way, telling him to stay with her. Hours later, a brief but emotional statement was shared through a close friend. Kelly, usually composed in public, broke the silence in a tearful message. Please keep Mark in your prayers. He's my world. We're holding on to faith, and I know how much your love means to him. Within minutes, the message flooded social media. Fans of Live with Kelly and Mark, people who had followed their love story since the 1990s, all came together. Hashtags like #PrayForMark and #StayStrongConsuelos trended overnight. Messages of love poured in from celebrities and friends. Ryan Seacrest wrote, Mark is one of the kindest, strongest people I know. His heart and humor lift everyone around him. Now it's our turn to lift him. Other close friends echoed the same sentiment. Mark has always been there for others, and now everyone is rallying for him. For nearly 30 years, Kelly and Mark have built one of the most genuine and enduring partnerships in Hollywood. They met young, eloped in Las Vegas, raised 3 beautiful children, and stood side by side through every season of life. Kelly often says, Mark is my calm in any storm. And now she has become that same calm for him. A hospital insider revealed, Kelly hasn't left the room. She talks to him softly, holds his hand, and reminds him of their children, their family, their love. She keeps telling him to fight. Although the exact cause of the emergency remains private, some close to the couple have quietly mentioned that stress and exhaustion may have played a role. Between hosting, acting, travel, and charity work, Mark's schedule has been demanding, yet he's the kind of man who never complains. He keeps pushing, smiling, giving. Earlier today, Kelly was briefly seen stepping out of the hospital. She wore dark sunglasses, holding a cup of coffee, pale but composed. When asked how she was holding up, she quietly said, We're so grateful for all the love being sent our way, before returning inside. Across America, the news has struck a deep chord. From morning commuters to fans who've watched their love story unfold for decades, concern is universal. This isn't just about a celebrity. It's about a man who's brought warmth, joy, and sincerity into living rooms nationwide. Behind the scenes, friends have rallied around Kelly. Network executives assured her the only priority is Mark's recovery. Colleagues sent messages, flowers, and prayers. One friend shared, Mark is like family. He's the kind of guy who remembers birthdays and makes you laugh on your worst days. Doctors remain cautious but optimistic. Insiders say Mark's condition is serious, but there are encouraging signs. Specialists are working tirelessly to stabilize him. A family friend said, It's too early to predict, but Mark is strong. He's a fighter. Everyone can see it. Kelly's vigil continues every night. A nurse described how she reads to him. Sometimes their favorite books, sometimes just the morning paper, keeping his world close. Doctors say Mark shows small responses when she holds his hand. A slight squeeze, a flicker of recognition. Those moments give her strength. Late last night, as the hospital fell silent, Kelly was seen by the window of his room looking out at the city lights. A friend who visited said she whispered something softly before resting her head against the glass. It was, they said, a quiet moment of faith. Because even in the darkness, Kelly Ripa believes in his strength. And so does an entire nation.